Today here at Samsung, we are excited to now launch the brand new Galaxy S23 series. And here they are. You guys are supposed to be cheering.
We're supposed to be excited for that?
Of course you are. You're our fans. You're loyal to us. You have to cheer for us.
But you didn't change anything. Come on. I wonder what Apple did with the latest iPhone.
Wait, don't leave. Come on, let me show you what has changed with this phone. We don't do just nothing like Apple does. We actually do stuff.
Okay.
And let me show you. Alright, so Samsung is in the process of now launching the Samsung Galaxy S23 lineup. It's kind of a bit unusual. It's happened in Samsung's history before, but they typically don't do this, and that's because they figured out last time they tried this, their sales just went down the toilet. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Galaxy S9. When they came out with the Galaxy S9, it was basically it's an S year, like Apple has their S years when it comes to all of their iPhones, like 3G, 3GS, 4, 4S, 5, 5S, 6, 6S, 10, 10S. You get the point. The Galaxy S9 was more of an S year for Samsung because the Galaxy S8 had such a major upgrade compared to the S7. And then what did they do with the S9 other than just, add a dual camera option for the Plus model and, new chip and slight spec bump and such. Yeah, they didn't change much with that, and because of that, it did not sell too well. So this is a bit interesting because the S23 lineup appears to be more of an S year to the S22 lineup, at least with the Ultra model, because if you actually take a look at it, not much of it has changed, though they did technically change the outside of it. It now has a kind of a box with rounded corners feeling to it, which I'm not complaining. Okay, that's fine. And as much as I absolutely hate the mess of a camera bump they have on the back, it's uniform, and actually for this time around, unlike the S22 lineup where the Ultra looked very distinct compared to the regular and the Plus models, they all look streamlined and actually look like they're all of the same lineup compared to the S22 looking a lot like the S21, while the Ultra model looked just completely brand new and revolutionary. So yeah, not much in the design department has changed, but you know what? I don't think it needed to that much, considering that pretty much all other designs I can think of are pretty much bad unless you go back to that so beautiful camera bar. Oh, I miss that black bar so much. Not just on Samsungs, but on iPhones too. I really miss the iPhone XS Max design. And then, for the most part, we have our standard affair of upgrades and downgrades at the same time. Now, international people who buy this phone, you're finally going to be happy because Samsung is giving you the Snapdragon chip. For too many years has Samsung tried to slip their own custom design chip that was way less powerful than the Snapdragon chip. And I get why they wanted to slap their own chips in that, and it's because they're trying to develop a chip so that way they don't have to outsource to Qualcomm like Apple uses their own proprietary silicon and such. So Samsung was trying that, except they just weren't cutting it, and it was actually causing a lot of problems for the international people who bought this phone. So finally, you get a Snapdragon chip. There's no need to worry about that anymore. You get the Snapdragon chip. And then the rest to talk about, the display doesn't really change that much, not that it needs to, because Samsung always makes the best panels, but I'm sure they've snuck their own version of upgrades in there somewhere. Not entirely sure where, but actually let's talk about the last thing that everyone loves to get excited about smartphones now, because there's a few different aspects of it that I've kind of covered right now. Design, display, internals, and last up, the cameras. Everyone likes to make a big deal about cameras. And the cameras didn't really get that much upgrades. In fact, I think the hardware took a downgrade, if I recall properly. Hold on. The rear cameras did get upgrades, especially in the Ultra. 200 megapixel mode. Why do you need that big of a camera with that much resolution? It's like, okay, sure, it helps in low light, but I mean, you're kind of starting to compromise on other aspects of the phone to get there. Oh yeah, and the selfie cam actually took a big downgrade in terms of the resolution it can shoot at. Though supposedly through software, the photos look better, they say. I don't know. You want more camera comparisons? Go to Mr. Who's the Boss. He does the best. But there's one aspect of the camera thing that I'm a bit interested to see. And according to other YouTubers, Mr. Who's the Boss being the YouTubers I'm referring to, he says that they've drastically improved video on the Samsung cameras. And I want to be excited about it because I do like Samsung's color processing, but the way Samsung likes to process video in general has kind of been a bit of an issue for me. I say this because whenever I record long videos, every now and then it just randomly decides to cut off the file and start recording to a completely new file. And in doing that, I actually lose a few seconds because it takes time to actually stop recording one file and then start recording another one. So yeah, it's not helpful. There's aspects like that that have just been a real pain in my tush. And then big reason why I stopped using Samsung cameras, especially when recording longer videos. But also, I've experienced way too many Samsung phones where they just, well, aren't doing the best at keeping a smooth frame rate. So supposedly, I would think that the frame rate has been fixed at this point, though I'm still a bit nervous about how Samsung handles the file cutoffs because you lose seconds in there, and when recording short videos like this one, yeah, you don't want to lose seconds like that because, oh, that makes editing so much more hard because now you have to work around the fact that, oh crap, you lose a few seconds. So the S23, it's really more of an S year compared to the other phones, and that's what's going to be more interesting. Because this is more of an S year for Samsung, are people going to want to buy it? Because they discovered last time with the S9, you don't do S years when you're Samsung, because Samsung does not equal Apple. Apple can get away with it because their market is totally different from Samsung. This is about to get interesting. So do you think it'll sell well, or do you think it won't sell well? Let me know what you think down below. Thank you for watching. Do me a favor and interact with the stuff below. My name is DeWolf, Random Alpha, signing out.